What do I prioritize for my preparedness right now? Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. It's always good, I'm gonna water while I'm doing this, hope you guys don't mind. It's always good to reassess your preps from time to time. Things change, situations change, our financial situation may change for the good or for the bad. Seasons change, that's a fact. And our needs and or situations may change based on, how many people are in our family. Maybe we added a person, had a baby. Maybe we added animals. Maybe we don't have animals. Whatever. So what do I advocate and or see is something that really good right now to work on as far as preparedness? I feel for quite a while now, one of the most important parts of preparedness is self-sustainability, self-reliance. And yes, I'm watering from the top like God does. I know people in the comment section would be like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to water the plants. Well, it's a partially cloudy day, and these are not in the sun right now. They're in the sun a little bit, but that's just some beets going to seed that I'm letting go to seed so I can collect the seeds. The cabbage down here and stuff like that, it's mostly in the shade anyway. So anyway, hate on me if you want, whatever. God does it this way, and it works for him, so I do it a lot this way. But anyway, self-reliance, self-sufficiency, and our ability to produce our own calories is one of the most important things. By growing our gardens, raising our animals, but not just that. It goes beyond that into the world of bushcraft type stuff, hunting, foraging, that kind of stuff. Gathering, basically. You can have hunting, gathering, foraging, growing, raising. All those things together work as part of a system that will ensure you have a better chance of survival. Not 100%, of course, that's never guaranteed. But if you learn these skills, and if you're constantly working on these skills, practicing these skills, actually doing these things, you'll be much better off. That's a guarantee. So I just advocate that you guys, it's middle of June. It's not too late to plant a garden. So if you don't have anything planted, plant something. Everybody has room. Even if you're in an apartment in the city, in a 32nd floor on a high rise, you can still plant. You can do indoor gardening, you can do hydroponics, aquaponics, you can do container gardening, you can do bag gardening, maybe there's a community garden, maybe there's a garden on the roof of your building, maybe you have a veranda that you can garden on. There are always ways you can garden. Can you garden enough to produce all the inputs for your family for the year? No, of course not. But it's not just about that. A lot of people got caught up on that. So it's like, okay, I can't produce enough for my family, so why even grow a couple things? Well, because skills, because you're learning. You're learning what works, how it works, how much to water, how much not to water, how often, the timing, as well as planting seeds, soil preparation. There's so much more to it. The mitigation of insects. It's all things that we have to learn. So I encourage you guys to grow something. Raise something. Yes, like I've said in the past, I'll admit it, one of my weak spots. We don't currently do animals, but we have a huge tribe all around us with animals. So we're good. And we have freezers full, and we have lots of food storage for that purpose. And if need be, we got all these people with these extra animals around us, have extras. We could get and start our own flock of ducks, geese, pheasants, chickens, any of those animals we have access to. But And this goes along with the whole idea of self-reliance, self-sufficiency is right there with homesteading. Homesteaders and preppers, right there. Preppers, I feel, would do very well in becoming more like homesteaders. And I feel that homesteaders should also be prepping. Most of them are. That kind of goes along with it. But right there. Same with, I've mentioned before, I can't talk about it here. Talking about this topic, you got to go to Patreon, where free speech actually is allowed to happen. But that negative connotation M word, you know, the gear, the tools, and the guys running around training and stuff like that, that should also go hand in hand with preppers and homesteaders. Should be a symbiotic mutual relationship, because those people have a lot of skills that can provide for security and defense of the homesteaders, and then the preppers can bring supplies. The M guys can bring their supplies, and when you bring it all together in the big picture, it just fits. If we're forced to, in a big situation, to gather, bug out together or whatever it is to a certain location, then the homesteader's got a lot of knowledge with all the homesteading stuff. Preppers got a lot of knowledge with all the prepping stuff. The M guys have a lot of knowledge with that stuff, the security and defensive stuff. And they can support each other and work together to create a vibrant, successful community post-event or during an event. Or you could do it now. That would be the best situation. Do that now. But that's, you know, it's a little more difficult to do now because we got jobs, we got families, we got a lot of other things going on. But anything you can do that will allow you to be more self-sufficient outside of the on-demand supply system that exists, outside of the control that, yeah, we're getting into a topic again that's on Patreon, links in the description below, the control that is exerted upon us by them and stuff. So like I said, yeah, that's a topic for here. Please get out, prep, encourage others to build tribe, and work on your self-reliance. Skill sets are vital to that. Medical, canning, foraging, gardening, animal husbandry. There's so much to it. We only have so much time. That's why forming tribes is important, because I can't learn everything. And I don't have the capability of being awake 24/7 to do everything. I need support. And when you are forming a tribe or you are in a tribe, once you start discussing stuff and you start analyzing, okay, who has what skills? Okay, he has those skills, he has those skills, she has those skills, she has those skills, I have those skills, whatever. Okay, these are the skill sets. Now what are out here? What are the skill sets we don't have? And then within that group, somebody can be like, oh, that's interesting to me. I'll take that on. I'll learn about that. I will increase my knowledge in that area. Somebody else will be like, oh, here's another one. I'll take that one. And so you can break it up. And that way, somebody isn't forced to learn stuff that they're just not into, because that's not effective learning. It's more effective to get somebody that's really interested in it, that's really wanting to learn that, so they can have a passion about it and become very, very good at it. That's the way to approach it. But always be continuing to learn, always be building tribe, always be increasing your self-sufficiency. Along with that is water is very important, right? Here I am watering my garden. It takes a lot of water. I got 24 raised beds, some in-ground sections. I got containers, all this stuff like that. So how am I going to replenish the water supply? Where are your closest lakes, streams, rivers, ponds, swimming pools, town water towers, all those kind of things. Springs, natural springs. Where are all those within a 5 to 10 mile radius of you? Do you know? You should. I probably don't know every single one, but I know enough of them to ensure then I'm going to be able to keep doing this, no matter if there's a grid or not. So skills, knowledge, learning. Always be progressing forward. Always be bettering yourself in some way. Even just general life. Just keep on learning. Keep this active. If your brain is not active, you're not going to be at the top of your game. Without this, you're not going to survive the fight. You're not going to survive the situations. You got to be sharp, mentally focused, and ready and willing and able to do what needs to be done. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.